What a fabulous summer we're having. We're busy, but busy is way better than bored.
It sure is. There's no excuse for being bored. Our area is filled with so many awesome opportunities.
We find more and more every month. Welcome to Talk of the Town, everyone. This month, we tap into our inner artist. But first, we had to find it.
We head outside to a natural wonder called the Cranberry Bog. Do you even know what a bog is?
We do now, and you will too. A crusader for child safety writes us into her show. Spotty, McGoo, and friends are now good friends of ours.
And a good old-fashioned tea party takes us to Milford, complete with hats and finger sandwiches.
And we can't possibly get through July, National Ice Cream Month, without visiting an ice cream shop. Claude's Creamery, here we come.
But first, we head to the great outdoors. We heard the Delaware River calling.
But sometimes things don't work out exactly as we plan.
Especially when Mother Nature is involved.
Chuck Cooper from Edge of the Woods Outfitters met us at the Eschbach Access in the Delaware Water Gap National Recreation Area. The canoes were unloaded and we were ready to go. Just minutes after we shoved off, the skies got dark, the wind picked up, and we heard this sound in the distance.
Uh-oh. Okay.
We knew if we continued downstream, we'd canoe right into the storm. So we turned around and started heading back upstream. It wasn't easy. Are you paddling on this side? I'm like, where are we going?
Here, now you paddle and it'll turn.
Now we're actually getting blown upstream. Okay, so guys, steering a canoe.
We're not going very straight, are we?
There's a fine art to steering a canoe. The first thing that I like to tell people is just let the river do most of the work. So just do nice, easy, gentle strokes, okay? The other thing you want to do is the person in the front only really can contribute to forward momentum with the canoe. The person in the back does the steering.
Yeah, okay, so now
Okay, so it's me that's messing up. We want to get away from this.
Are they still zigzagging?
Yeah.
A little bit. It's hard because we have a tailwind and the current is, so we're getting blown upstream and pushed downstream by the current. Tough day to be on the river today.
Why are we not turning? Because the wind is blowing us? There we go.
I'm turning us.
It looks like it's going to start raining here pretty good.
Here comes the rain.
Oh, you got it now. You got it. You're going. You're going in the straight line.
I don't know how that happened.
You're saying maybe we'll try and get to shore here. Whoop.
I'm turning again. Oh, God.
We're gonna head to shore.
Good idea.
I'm having a blast.
Yeah. I am too, actually.
I don't care being wet. I'm fine, but I don't think it'll be appealing. And I don't think that we're getting any closer to where we're trying to go.
We have literally stayed in the exact
Same spot.
The great outdoors.
Is that what they say, the great outdoors?
The great
What a beautiful
outdoors.
day.
The great outdoors.
Wonderful.
Hang on to their boat? Yeah, there we go. And
So
maybe
we're
if you
paddling as one.
Yeah, we're paddling as one.
We're paddling as one, but one what?
Whatever you do, be the talk of the town.
Wait a minute. That's not the end of the show. We're just getting started.
It's take two at the river. But what did we learn?
We learned to respect Mother Nature.
We're gonna do better today.
We hope so. So what's the difference between today and the other day on the river?
Well, most importantly, the sun is shining, and we don't have a crazy headwind today. We've got a river that's about a foot or 2 feet lower, so that's going to be a nice, calm, gentle river, going to carry us down.
We kind of had our work cut out for us because you made us paddle upstream.
Yeah, I felt it was a little better to paddle upstream 100 feet than paddle for 4 miles in the wind and the rain.
Good idea.
Had to make the executive decision to abort the trip last time. And look, it was a great decision because we have such a beautiful day today.
And we heard that thunder, but it was way in the distance the other day. Had we kept moving forward, we probably would have gone right into the storm.
Yeah, we would have. And it's never a good idea to be out in a thunderstorm.
So Chuck, we're on our leisurely trek down the river now. We're not working too hard, and I know you told us there are a lot of things to see out here on the river.
There sure are. This park has got a lot of bald eagles. So every mile or so, it's common to see a bald eagle and some juvenile eagles as well. And you'll see them fly right in front of you, pick some fish out of the river and fly away. It's really common to see bears swimming in the river.
I want to believe that's a big brown bear, a big black bear sleeping right there, but it's not.
It's a rock.
I just want to believe that, that's all. Or maybe it's a wigwam.
It's a Sasquatch, Marie.
The great thing about the Delaware is it's a great river for first-timers. There's not a lot of rapids, it's nice and calm. You know, the current's gonna carry you down nice and gently. So as long as you're smart, you know, you bring the things that you're gonna need with you, water, sunscreen, a hat, you know, be prepared to be outside for a whole day, even if you think you're only going out for a couple of hours. Bring a cell phone with a dry bag and have, you know, the phone numbers you would need to contact someone in case you did have an emergency. So an outfitter is gonna make sure that you have all that stuff with you if you need it. And so, you know, we're real confident that people are going to be safe out here, even if, you know, it's your first time and you're not real comfortable on the water. Edge of the Woods Outfitters started 8 years ago as a backpacker shop for Appalachian Trail through hikers. We are the only resupply point between Harper's Ferry and Connecticut. So a lot of the AT hikers that are backpacking for 5 months or so come into the store and they need to get resupplied, so we kind of specialize in that kind of thing. We also started a bike rental when they started building the bike trail here in the national park, the Joseph McDade Trail. And then we started offering Delaware River trips, and we've been doing that, canoes, kayaks, and rafts for 4 years now. What I really like about this stretch is that, you know, it's all national park. You know, it's a 70,000 acre national park. You know, there's 30 miles of protected river here. There's 30 miles of Appalachian Trail. There's a 30-mile bike trail. So as you're paddling down, you're not going to come across private property or bridges or houses or roads. It's just you and nature.
How are we doing compared to the other day?
We're doing outstanding.
You're not laughing at us today.
That's right. I've got the whole steering thing down now.
Yeah. So we've already gone probably 3 of the 4 miles of our trip here.
Wow.
Yeah.
And that didn't feel like hard work at all.
No, this is a very easy trip.
Chuck wants you and a friend to enjoy a Delaware River trip, just like the proper photo in our July album, and tell us what you learned in this segment for your chance to win a canoe trip for 2.
Don't go away. We'll be right back with a good old-fashioned tea party at the Flying Pig in Milford. Have you ever seen a flying pig? We have in Milford.
The Flying Pig Tea Room is a wonderful little restaurant filled with unique foods and fabulous teas.
So, of course, we were thrilled to head into the kitchen with Rebecca Corliss and get cooking.
Today we're going to do a apricot white chocolate scone. The recipe comes from an Irish woman that I met while we were visiting in Ireland. We stayed at a lot of B&Bs, and she presented me with a cookbook that the ladies over in her village had put together. So she gave me a secret recipe for her scones out of this cookbook, and it's amazing. It's not your typical dry scone that we're also used to. It's more cakey, and it's really good.
Yum, let's
Yay.
go.
All right, so I need somebody just to butter the triangles. You, my dear, can cut up some apricots here. We're going to do 4 cups of flour, 2 teaspoons of baking powder to my flour mixture. I'm also adding 1/4 teaspoon cream of tartar. And we're going to do a cup of sour cream. We're going to dump that in there. Ooh.
Split dumped.
She
Splashed a little bit.
She did dump.
That's it. You said dump. I just listened.
Oh boy. And we're going to add 1 teaspoon of baking soda to that sour cream. Mix it up. 1 cup.
Sugar?
Mix it up. And I need 2 sticks of butter.
You can't beat real butter.
No. And we're just gonna do small pieces.
But you don't soften the butter because you want it to be,
No, you want it to be cold.
cold.
Yeah. We do different scones every weekend and try to go with like the seasons. Like now we're into like the fruit seasons. Christmas time we'll do like peppermint scones, eggnog scones. All right, so we're gonna add our apricots now. So I'm gonna stop it. So we add a 1/2 cup of white chocolate. Crack-a-lack. And then we're gonna dump our sour cream mixture in. Back to mixing. Thank goodness we don't have to hand mix.
KitchenAids are great.
Oh, you're not kidding. It's a beautiful thing. These are gonna be great because there's lots of apricot.
Yeah, it looks good.
Okay. So what we'll do is just like take a good amount of that. And then you just kind of, typically you would roll these out and cut and put them on a baking sheet. So,
But this pan helps you not to have to do it that
right,
way, right?
it's just easier.
yeah.
It seems like a pretty simple thing to do,
It
too.
is. It really is. And it's great for breakfast. It's great for afternoon when you have your tea. And like I said, there's so many different varieties that you can do.
We had just enough,
Love
Rebecca.
it. See, this is good because if I ever need a fill-in, I can call you girls.
There you go. It goes so much faster when there's 3 people, right?
You can take a day off. Yay!
Yay! They look good, even
they
not
do.
cooked. Delicious.
Throw it in our oven here.
What are we at? 350?
350
350.
for about 15
The
minutes.
ultimate temperature.
Yes. Oh, they look fantastic. I test them by just touching with the finger. They're nice and it springs back. It's like a little cake, and they turn a really nice golden brown. They smell wonderful. And I usually let them sit in the pan for a few minutes till they cool, and then I'll remove them to put them on a plate to finish cooling. Our menu is quite large for a tea room. We do a high tea with the tea tiers. We do salads, paninis, wraps. Do a daily quiche, soup. And we also have some manly kind of sandwiches for the men who are a little intimidated to come into a tea room. So.
The scones are fresh out of the oven, smell great, and it's time for a proper tea party.
We've even dressed up, hats and all.
And here to start our proper tea party is some delicious blackberry sage tea.
Blackberry sage.
Is that a specialty?
Yeah,
And it's in a froggy teapot.
yes it is.
You have a lot of
for
teapots.
summer. We do have loose teas and we have pod teas that are all organic. So you never run out of choices here.
Cheers! it's really nice.
Thank you. Fruity.
Traditionally, your scones are served with clotted cream and Devonshire cream.
Really, really good. Wow, not too incredibly sweet,
No.
bready, but delicious.
This is amazing.
So here at the Flying Pig Tea Room, for traditional tea, we do a tea tier. We have 3 different kinds of finger sandwiches to offer up, and then we have fruit, chocolates, mini scones, mini tea cakes, and little desserts.
It's like a whole
And
bunch of
chocolates.
snacks that make
Can't
a
forget
meal.
the chocolates. So ladies,
What are those finger sandwiches?
these are cucumber, strawberry and cream, and our homemade chicken salad.
All right, I'm trying the strawberry one first.
All right, I will too.
Wow,
Good?
it's delicious.
Thank you.
Very yummy.
I'm loving tea parties.
Here's the tea party.
Here's the tea parties.
We loved our tea party with Becky, and she wants one lucky viewer to enjoy a tea party of their own.
Just head to our Facebook page, like the correct photo in our July album, and let us know your favorite flavor tea for a chance to win a gift certificate to the Flying Pig Tea Room in Milford. Good luck.
When Talk of the Town comes right back, we head out on an adventure through a geological remnant of a long ago ice age.
The Pocono Mountains are filled with lots of hidden treasures. One of those treasures is the Tannersville Cranberry Bog.
It's a unique wetland that's protected nationally and can never be developed. We set out on a bog walk with Karen Boyle from the Monroe County Conservation District.
The property itself is owned by the Nature Conservancy, and the bog itself is about 150 acres in size. So there's land all around the bog as a buffer to help protect the bog. So there's roughly around 1,000 acres that's protected and owned by the Nature Conservancy.
The bog is thousands of years old, created by a glacier.
It's the southernmost boreal bog east of the Mississippi. So the glacier that came through 15,000 years ago went as far south as Snydersville. When it came through this area, a big chunk of that glacier broke off right here, melted into a 750-acre lake, which then in turn became a 150-acre lake.
The bog was identified and protected in the 1950s, following the devastating flood of 1955.
It's oftentimes when bad things like that happen, something good comes out of it. And so the people who live below the bog didn't suffer as much damage. And they're like, why? Why did that happen? And not only did the bog soak the water up, but it slowed the flow of water down. Because if you imagine a big moving water and then there's a sponge in the middle, the water's going to move much slower on the other side. And that's what the bog did during that flood. Marshes, swamps, and bogs are all wetlands. And they have the ability to absorb the water. So a lot of people ask us, well, what's the difference between a marsh, a swamp, and a bog? A marsh has primarily grasses, or what we call herbaceous plants. Swamps have primarily woody plants, trees and shrubs. And then I say, remember the bees, because bogs have both, grasses and woody plants.
We just started our trek to the bog with Karen when we met up with our first critter.
It's called a red eft, and it's the land stage of a salamander called a red spotted newt in the aquatic stage. So these guys are born in the water. They'll often come out on land after it rains because as a teenager, which is what this is, they need to stay moist because they're not, they don't have wet slimy skin like other salamanders. They have longer tails that are,
Oh God,
yeah.
you weren't supposed to dive.
But, and so they're highly poisonous to eat. As long as you don't eat them, you're okay.
All right. Thanks to a floating boardwalk trail, the bog is accessible for tours. And through financial help from the Kettle Creek Environmental Fund, fourth graders in Monroe County all take bog walks. They learn more about the fascinating wetland, and Karen gives public tours as well.
So the Conservation District, the Environmental Ed Center, does all the bog walks. You cannot come here without being with a guide. You have to have somebody with you because of the sensitive plant life.
As we trek further into the bog, we find many unique plants like cinnamon ferns, sheep laurel, blue flag iris, and calla lilies. But the first plant that started to grow in the bog was sphagnum moss.
The Indians would use this stuff for, for like a diaper because of its absorbent qualities. It can hold 18 to 20 times its weight in water, so it's more absorbent than cotton. If they had a bad cut, they would put it in their wound and it would absorb the blood, eventually clot it, and because of the acid in here, it would keep the wound from getting infected because bacteria couldn't grow. So now I'm just going to squeeze this so you can see.
That was quite a bit of water.
That is a lot of water coming out of a tiny little thing.
And then it soaks it right up. So in a drought situation, the bog will actually, the sphagnum moss will release water into the ground. And in a flood situation, it's going to absorb it.
The bog is filled with all kinds of plants, even carnivorous ones.
This is the pitcher plant flower, one of the most unique flowers, I think. And the amazing thing about these pitcher plants are they're insect-eating plants. So the insects are attracted by perhaps a scent, and so they go into the plant thinking that there's something interesting there, but then they realize there's not. And so there's these little tiny hairs that point to the bottom of the plant. So the insects tries to get out and they can't. So they'll get tired and they'll die. And then it's the proteins and nutrients from that decaying insect that get absorbed into the leaves of the plant because it's not capable of making its own food.
There are two kinds of trees that grow in the bog. This is the larch. It's the exception to the rule. It's coniferous and it's deciduous, so it loses its needles in the fall.
It's the softest needle leaf plant you will ever touch. In the fall, it turns bright yellow and all the needles fall off. So it looks like, and if you look out, now you can see all the larches out there.
Yeah.
And the thing of it is that all these larches will turn bright yellow and it almost looks like there's a fire, you know, because it's just so vibrant.
And this is the black spruce. Looks like it'd be a great Christmas tree. It's coniferous, which means it has needle leaves. Doesn't grow very big in the bog because it's growing in water. We've made it to the very middle of the bog.
And we're finding out how it got its name, the Tannersville Cranberry Bog.
And then you see these little pink flowers?
Yes.
That's the cranberry. Those are the cranberries. In fact, look, here's the little cranberries right here.
Yes, starting to grow.
And they'll ripen in the fall. It's approximately 60 feet deep here.
Wow.
So what, and beneath that 60 feet, is it just rock?
Yes.
So it's kind of like
60
a
feet
bowl
down to
scooped.
bedrock.
Yeah,
Yep.
so the water is stuck here. It can't drain out into a stream.
Exactly.
On the edge of the Cranberry Bog, we find the Cranberry Creek.
It's only about 5 foot deep here and very dark, but filled with all sorts of life.
They say wetlands have a larger diversity of wildlife than any other ecosystem that we have. So in terms of birds, this is so important for many different kinds of birds, and it's like a bed and breakfast during migration. You know, they stop, they get a bite to eat, they recharge in the fall and in the spring. Excellent habitat for bear. Bear could be over there right now and you never know it because look how thick it is.
Yeah.
It's great habitat for bobcats. We've seen here on the platform coyote, bear, bobcat, otter. They like to use this platform to leave us some scat. And because of them leaving the scat, we know that there's crayfish in the creek. You know, it's just so critical for them to understand why we need to continue to protect these places. They're just so valuable from our perspective and also for the wildlife that live in them too.
If you would like to take a bog walk, just visit the Monroe County Conservation District website for more information. There are bog walks every Wednesday morning all summer long.
When Talk of the Town continues, we tap into our creative side with an art lesson and some liquid encouragement. Life is a blank canvas. It's up to you to fill it up.
And if you need some extra inspiration to tap into your inner artist,
Why not try a paint and sip class? Here, Ree.
Thank you. We're at the Paint Lounge in Delaware Water Gap, where this is a regular event.
Cheers.
This is a community space, an indulgent space where people can come and tap into their creative side, their inner artist, and hopefully even people who do not feel like they have any talent can come here, get inspired, and discover that they actually, I'm a firm believer everybody does have talent, and they just gotta tap into it and find it.
We've picked our colors to start painting the sky, so tell us, what advice do you have for us to get started?
Okay, so I would say that you need to just erase everything out of your mind that you've ever learned about art or that you've heard.
Gone.
There are no rules in this class, and I want you to go back to when you were a kindergartner.
Okay.
So do not be intimidated of this white canvas. The whole object of this first step is to get rid of the white. So you've got your brush. I want everybody to dip into their white. And we're gonna start right in the middle, and this is simple. We're just gonna do a big circle of white. And I know you can't see it, but just get it on there.
So far, it's easy.
This is easy.
It looks good.
Anybody can do this. Okay, now I want you to dip into another color. You don't have to rinse your brush or anything. So I'm gonna just take this purple, and then I want you to go outside the circle, but a little bit in the circle, kind of like when you're overlapping, mowing a lawn. And now we are going to take that same brush, and there's this hard line of color here. We're just gonna blend it. So take your brush and just go around until it starts blending. Now, if you have a little boo-boo here, that's fine. Just
Wait, what's a boo-boo? What does a boo-boo look like?
Let me show you here. Now, this is not necessarily a boo-boo, because I'm a firm believer that sometimes the canvas will paint itself.
And that's just a piece of character, right?
It's just character. But if it bothers you, just take your brush and just go ahead and blend it into the white. You can fix anything, and we'll make it work. We're gonna do the same thing on this outer edge now. So just go ahead and start going around the circle. See, this is easy. Anybody can do this.
Doesn't look like a whole lot yet.
Okay, we're getting there. Paint and Sip Night is a 2.5-hour guided class. It comes with a 12x16 canvas, all the art supplies that you need, music, it comes with cheese, olives, crackers, chocolate, and hopefully a lot of laughs and really good conversation. So, and right now, I encourage people to plan a party. So if you want to have a girls' night out or guys' night out, or team building class, or it doesn't matter, whatever group you have, I will have some different paintings that you can choose from, and the person who's putting the class together can decide which would be best for their group. I am running a special right now because I'm just opening that if you plan a party with 5 or more friends, then your painting experience is free. I'm gonna keep reminding you, don't worry about what this is gonna look like. Just enjoy putting paint on the canvas, okay? Think of it as art therapy. We're gonna put one color on our plate, and we're just gonna lay in some ground, and then I'm just gonna blend it all the way to the bottom. Very, very simple. You can make it hilly, you can make it flat, and then you're just gonna pull the white down and start blending it into this color to give it the effect that it's getting further away. I have had a few couple painting parties, date nights, and the man is always the one that wants to come back. So it has been a lot of fun. I also like to host collaborative painting parties. So you're on a date and you both share a canvas, and you have to let go of some things. I'm also going to encourage people to be able to come in and just get inspired, but they don't have to paint. So I'm gonna have coffee and Wi-Fi, and if people just want a place to come hang out, I have 2 beautiful porches, want to sit and read and use the Wi-Fi and have a cup of coffee. I really want it to be a community space, so not just for a certain group of people. Oh, we don't have a paint night, we can't go. I want it to be a community place where people can come and hang out. We're gonna make some little background trees just for fun. All you do is tap one time, okay? And then you're gonna take the corner of your brush. You're just gonna start tapping and go side to side, and as you go out, you're gonna get wider and wider. I like how you're doing yours. That looks good.
Thanks.
We're gonna add a highlight, but I'm just gonna tap one side of the tree. So it looks like the moon is hitting. This looks really nice. Lovely.
I feel like you're required to say that.
Remember, your tree is gonna have a bigger base at the bottom because it's gotta hold all those branches. You can do your tree however you want. Trees are all different and they can go every which way.
It's a big tree.
It's a big tree. It's gonna take up a lot of our painting. I'm just gonna put a branch, just maybe it goes up like that. And it's gonna get thicker as it goes into the trunk. So let's just all just do one branch. You can do it wherever you want. Now you obviously see this is too thin. Okay, so I'm just gonna bring it back a little bit thicker so it looks like it can hold its weight. We've done a couple branches together. I want you to start using your imagination and just laying in branches where you want. You can do as many as you want. You can just do a few until you are satisfied.
At this point, you look at it and say, I like it just how it is, but if I add another branch, maybe I'll like it more, and maybe I'll be like, ah, I liked it
Better before I did that.
I'm just not being scared now. I'm just
Way too small.
adding yellow, and then I'm gonna probably blend more white in.
If you decide to add a tree swing, it's real simple. 2 lines down, 1 thick line across.
I like the tree swing. Would you put it on this one or this one?
I would put it on this one.
I want to smear some black in the middle of these.
So another service that I want to offer at the Paint Lounge is, I call it Stay and Play, and you can just walk in anytime, and for a fee you can sit all afternoon, use the art supplies, get a, there's 2 different sizes of canvas, and stay and paint all day. It is not instruction, there's no instruction, it's not guided, it's just if you and your friends are out hiking and you're inspired now, you can, and you need a place to get in out of the heat, you can come in.
Okay. I'm kind of afraid again. I don't want to ruin it now.
Do not forget to sign it, okay? So everybody, put your initials or your name, however you want to sign it.
All right, we're done.
Time to check out our masterpieces.
So today we painted whimsical trees, and everybody did an amazing job, and you can see that everybody's individual personality came out and they put their own special touches to it. You guys did great. Thank you.
Thank you. So, we found out we do have some hidden talent. The Paint Lounge and Gallery in Delaware Water Gap is open Saturday from 11 to 7 and Sunday 1 to 6. And they'll open anytime for reservations or paint parties.
And Shannon wants to help you find your inner artist. Like the proper photo in our July album and tell us what you'd paint if you had a blank canvas for your chance to win a free painting experience for you and a friend.
Don't go away. Coming up next, you scream, I scream, we all scream for ice cream.
July is National Ice Cream Month, so we decided to make a return visit to Claude's Creamery in Palmerton.
Really, we just wanted an excuse to eat some ice cream. Let's see what we can make.
Every month is ice cream month here at Claude's. We used to have 32 hard serve flavors. Now you can choose from 48. All Hershey's ice cream. We used to have just this little side. We took over the other side, added all new seating, added the hot foods. Now we have the patio that families can sit out at. At night we turn the fireplace on, all the mood lighting on. It's wonderful. We have hot dogs right now. We're going off the Spillane's brand. The whole iconic idea of the Spillane's hot dog. The town's absolutely loving it. We're also serving sausage sandwiches, mild and hot, and also kibasi sandwiches too.
Is it a good mix with the ice cream?
It is. A lot of people come in, they get their lunch, they get their dinner, and then right when they're done, they come back and they get their dessert right away. I'd like you guys to make our signature Claude hoppers today.
Cool. What is a Claude hopper?
So pretty much you pick any 2 of your favorite toppings, and then you get any soft serve of your choice. So you can do vanilla, chocolate, or twist.
Can't go wrong with M&Ms.
So now you pick your syrup.
Zach, you like peanut butter?
Yeah.
All right, how much
Just
are we doing
drizzle it
it
around? That's good.
That's a good amount.
I'm going with chocolate sauce. Wow, this is like fudge.
What do you think, Zach?
Let's go vanilla.
Vanilla.
Oh, that's your chocolate. That's okay.
And how much
You're
of
gonna
that?
want to fill it up to almost that line there. There you go, perfect.
I like making this swirl.
There you go.
Okay.
All right, and now the 2 toppings that you did, you're gonna repeat them right over here.
Gonna have to eat it right away, Zach, because it's gonna get melty.
All right, I do not have the, I don't have the skill set. Takes a little bit of time. She's
My
with
skill
me.
set's slacking too. But they look pretty.
They look delicious for you.
Enjoy.
Let's see now. We got Oreo with peanut butter and vanilla. That's good. And we got chocolate with peanut butter, Reese's Pieces,
M&M's.
M&M. I like the crunch. This might take a while.
That might be enough.
I can't decide.
While Zach finishes eating both of those Claude hoppers, we'll find out something else that they specialize here at Claude's.
We have our Oreo cupcake. There's an Oreo on the bottom, then some fudge, some crushed up Oreos, and then a swirl of the vanilla ice cream.
So an ice cream cupcake.
Yes, yummy. Okay, so we're just gonna do a little swirl on here.
You demonstrate first.
We're gonna go around and around and around and stop. Not bad, right?
Not bad, that was really good.
Who's going first?
I'll try.
Around and around and around and stop.
The stopping part is important.
This isn't always my strong suit, I'm just warning you now.
And squeeze, and keep going, and squeeze, and here's the stopping part. Okay.
All right, not bad.
Yeah, looks good.
All right.
Okay, around, yeah. Keep squeezing, and you're almost to the stop. Yeah.
Stop.
Very nice. What makes everything better is sprinkles. So a little sprinkles, and this is where the messy part starts.
This isn't messy.
Oh, you're right.
Just wait, we'll show you messy in a little while.
Oh, just perfect for the person who just needs a little something.
What a great birthday party thing.
Okay, now we're gonna get a little bit fancier. And we're gonna take our grass tip bag, and we're gonna come around, and we're gonna squeeze and pull. And it gets all shaggy. The kids really like this, because it's a little wild looking.
It is
It
wild.
looks great, I like it too.
Yep.
I feel like this one you can't mess up so much.
Nope, it's very forgiving. You can see why the kids like that grass tip, right?
Yeah. I don't think we've used this kind of tip before,
No, we
Kim.
haven't. I like that tip. You could come around whenever we do our baking stuff.
Yeah. With the grass kind of feeling, we can just go simple and put a little flour on it. Or we could put a worm. Would you like to do the worm?
Sure, put a worm in the grass.
And would you like to do a golf ball?
Sure.
And then to really make it official, would you like some dirt with your worm? And some sand with your
Sand trap.
golf?
I'm making a sand trap.
I bet these are a hit with kids.
Now, what makes that little guy even cuter, if you just dot an eye on either side.
Yeah, see, it looks very cute now.
What does a flower need?
It needs its middle.
Yes, there you go. I think I have 2 helpers here now. Very nice. So now I'm going to show you one more cupcake that we do, and he's a little spiky guy. He can grow and grow and grow.
Depends on how much icing you
Yes.
like, right?
So that in itself is cute, right?
Yeah,
It's almost like a Christmas tree.
Yeah. In fact, we make them look like Christmas trees at Christmas time. But you have the eyes there. Would you like to do the antenna on him?
Sure.
Ta-da!
Do you name him? He's so cute.
We call him our furry friend, and then at the holidays we'll do them in the different holiday colors, and we do it in the cake size. So if it was for 4th of July, I'll do them in red, white, and blue. We'll do them red and green at Christmas, or pastels at Easter, and it's really cute because when you look in the freezer, he's looking back at you.
Yeah.
How is it?
It's delicious.
Icing is really good.
Yeah, it's creamy. Did you get some of that chocolate? Yeah.
Yeah. And you know what? Ice cream is always good, but it's really good with friends.
So we invited some dads and daughters from TV 13 to help us celebrate National Ice Cream Month. This is Ryan Shea and his daughter Maddie.
And this is Ryan Dutt and his daughter Peyton. And Peyton chose today cotton candy. So here's your cotton candy. And Ryan, this is Cookie Craving just for you.
All right, thank you.
And this is Superman ice cream. And this is for Maddie. Maddie, there you go. And this is a peanut butter monkey for you, Mr. Shea.
Wow.
And we're having an ice cream contest to see who's messier, the children or the adults.
That's right. All right, so Julianne, bring us ours. And the rule is adults get no spoons. Ready, set, go!
Come on, kiddo, eat. Oh, it's in my goatee. Guess I'm glad I shaved yesterday.
How's your ice cream, Marie?
Delicious. How about you?
Oh, it's wonderful. It's not messy at all.
Can I have a kiss? I think we should have the bibs. Not that.
Good things mommies always bring more bibs.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
How was it? Was it yummy?
Okay, since you guys obviously need some help, the bibs weren't even enough. We brought you some spoons.
Thank you. Thank you. Makes it a lot easier. Yeah.
And some napkins. Here, would you like one, Matt?
You like napkin?
There's one for you too, Peyton.
There's nothing like a messy ice cream eating contest.
Especially when you aren't the one getting messy. A big thanks to Claude's Creamery for all the ice cream, and to the BRC 13 dads and daughters who helped us eat all of it.
Good news for some lucky viewers. Claude's Creamery in Palmerton is giving away 3 gift certificates. Just head to our Facebook page, check out the July album, like the correct photo, and let us know what kind of ice cream contest you'd create for a chance to win. Good luck.
When Talk of the Town returns, we visit some characters in Milford, and they're all about helping children.
Is today the day?
Today's the day, Barky.
Ooh, I can't wait.
I know. Listen, over here with Spotty, McGoo and friends, and we're the friends.
I can't wait to see Kim and Marie.
I can't wait myself. Well, wait a minute. I think I see them. Oh,
Hi, Barky. Hi, Sparky and Sparky.
How you doing, Kim?
Oh, we're so happy to learn some things from you guys today.
Oh, we got a lot of things to teach kids. You know, it's very important that all children be safe, happy, and healthy. That's what we do at Spotty, McGoo and Friends.
That's right.
All right, let's get started.
Kim, Marie, hi,
Spotty. Hi, Spotty. It's so nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. Nice to meet you too. I'm so excited that you're here today.
Well, we're excited to meet the famous Spotty McGoo.
Absolutely.
Oh, thank you very much. You know, Spotty McGoo and Friends is all about teaching children how to be safe.
Oh, and we hear you travel all over the place, Spotty.
We go everywhere. Anybody that wants to hear Spotty McGoo and teach children all little tips on how to stay safe, we're there.
All right.
Schools, churches, libraries, everywhere.
Awesome.
Hey, Spotty, do you think it's okay if we could maybe meet Yolanda and Brian?
Sure. They're great. They're the ones who have always been behind us, if you know what I mean.
It was created about 4 years ago. I really, my passion is to, protect children, and I wanted to do it in a child-appropriate, age-appropriate way. That prevention is, to me, the most important thing. So you start very young, and you teach. But you teach so that they smile, but they take something away from the lesson as well. So that's basically how it was born. And then, of course, my son, who is terrific, he's the co-founder. He did all of the research for us, and we've just been flying with it. It's just been a really wonderful experience.
Well, when my mom had the idea, at first, I said, "Puppets, really, Mom? I got to get into character," and you know what? I ended up loving it. We have such a fun time. Seeing the way the kids react is really what makes it worth it for me. And of course, the message is powerful and it needs to be heard. And I'm proud to do it, and I'm so happy my mom thought of getting me involved with it.
The mouth actually has to stay pretty closed in order for it to look really legitimate, like they're really, really talking. So.
Okay, yeah.
Good afternoon! Mimi Johns here, your roving news reporter. We're here at this park to ask folks how much they know about children's safety. Yes, hello, Mimi Johns from Channel Pooch News. What is your name, sir?
Well, I'm Barky, woo-hoo, the bulldog.
Well, Barky, would you mind answering a question?
Sure!
Okay, Barky. If any adult or friend asked you to keep a secret from your mom or dad, would you do it?
Of course not! No!
Oh, why, Barky?
Well, Mom and Dad are the people who protect you. If you keep secrets from them, they can't help you if they don't know what's going on. You must never keep a secret from Mom and Dad, no matter who asks you to do it.
Oh, thank you, Barky. You are so right. Never keep secrets from your mom or dad, no matter who asks you to keep that secret.
I always like to tell one story. When Brian and I finished doing a show at a daycare center, the children charged the stage. They literally knocked the stage over because they wanted to get to the puppets and stuff. So they really do, they get a big kick out of it. They learn something, and we get a lot of parents that come up to us and say, thank you for doing what you do.
Hello, sir, and what is your name, sir?
My name is Spotty. Hey, you're Mimi Johns from the Channel Pooch News. I love your show.
Oh, thank you.
Am I on television?
Oh, yes, Sparky. Could you?
I can sing, you know. Oh. She'll be coming round the mountain when she comes. She'll be coming.
Yes, very nice, Sparky. But can I ask you a question?
Sure.
Oh, Sparky, do you know what safe and unsafe touch is?
Sure. Well, when somebody pats your head or shakes your hand, that's a safe touch. But if somebody touches any part of your body that is covered by a towel, like when you're coming out of the pool, that's an unsafe touch. You have the right to say no to anybody who touches those parts of your body.
Hey, well, what about the doctor?
A doctor has to examine you sometimes when you don't feel well. But even a doctor will have a mom or dad in the room with you. He has to ask their permission to examine you.
Oh, thank you, Sparky. That's right. It is your body, so you can say no to anyone who wants to touch a certain part of your body that makes you feel not safe.
We did a lot of research to see essentially how to connect with children of the age demographic that we're working with. As maybe you guys could tell, it's tough maybe connecting with younger children when you're an adult, and we did a lot of research on how to reach out to them and how to connect to them in a way that they understand.
A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K. Hello! Mimi Johns from Channel Pooch. May I ask your name?
Daddy, this lady's talking to me!
Thank you for letting me know, honey. That's Mimi Johns from Channel Pooch. I'm watching you. You can tell her your name.
I'm Kimmy. Wow, Kimmy, do you always ask Dad's permission before you talk to anyone?
Dad always tells me to always ask before I speak to anyone. I don't know when we go outside, like to a park or a mall.
Why?
Because they're strangers. I don't know who they are. My dad needs to know who I'm talking to or playing with when we're outside.
Well, that's great, Kimmy. What else has your dad taught you?
Oh, yes. I know my whole name, my address, my phone number, in case I get lost.
Oh, anything else?
When I'm in school, only the person that knows my mom and my dad and the secret word can pick me up. Secret, this is a secret. Shh. Daddy also taught me to yell really loud if someone tries to take me, and I can kick them and I can scream and I say, I don't know you. I don't know you, and I never, ever, ever take rides from anyone I don't know, even if they have candy. I love chocolate, unless they know the secret word, even if it's a friend or a family member.
Wow, those are super tips, Kimmy. Anything else?
The best way to stay safe is to always stay close to your mom or dad. Never keep secrets from Mommy and Daddy, and remember, it's your body, and you have the right to say no to anyone who touches you and makes you feel not safe.
Well, that's it for today, folks. For more information on child safety, check out Spotty, McGoo, and Friends on Facebook. Mimi Johns signing off. Bye!
How did the kids react to all of the puppets, especially Spotty?
It's almost like they're in awe in a way. They just sit there, and I think children connect with puppets maybe even better than they connect with people sometimes.
Well, it looks like it's the end of the show.
It sure does. Are you ready?
I am. Are they here? Are they looking?
I don't think so. Let's do it. Whatever you do, be the talk of the town.
Hey, Sparky.
Can't
Those
do
are our
it
lines. You
without
can't do
us.
that without us.
Uh-oh.
All right. Well, that's okay. We'll do it again. But first, give everybody some messages, too.
Well, remember, kids, the difference between a safe touch and an unsafe touch.
And always remember to never keep secrets from your mom or dad.
And whatever you do, be
the
talk of the town.
It's a right proper tea party.